Welcome to the Student Academic Learning Services video on the Introduction to Decimals. In this video we're going to look at what a decimal is, the different parts of a decimal, and then actually convert fractions to decimals and then decimals back to fractions. A decimal number is obtained by dividing the denominator of a fraction into the numerator of the same fraction. And what a decimal looks like is as follows. It's comprised of three different parts. And here we have the 2 here is the whole number. The decimal point itself is right there. And everything that comes after the decimal point is just known as the decimal part. Okay, so that's what a decimal actually looks like. It's composed of 3 parts: the whole number part, the decimal point itself, and then the decimal part. On the left hand side of the screen you can see we're going to be converting fractions to decimals, and on the right hand side of the screen we're going to convert decimals back to fractions. So we're going to start on the left and we're going to look at this one right here, 7/10. So in order to convert that into a decimal, we basically just divide the denominator into the numerator. So if we're dividing by 10, the decimal place is just going to move from here to here. So we're going to get 0.7. And I encourage you to just fire that into your calculator and make sure you're getting the right answer. Here we're dividing by 100. So the decimal place is going to move 2 places. So if the decimal place is here, it's going to move 2 places over here. So we're going to get 0.68. Now we have 4 3/10. Now if you remember earlier in the video, I broke down a decimal into its parts. So we had a whole number part, so that's going to be the 4. And again, the 3/10. 10 divides into 3, 4.3. And lastly, now here, a little bit of a hiccup here, we have 3/5. It's not an easy division right now, but we can change that if we multiply that fraction, if we multiply both the top and the bottom by 2. Again, if you remember our equivalent fractions, we're not really changing anything, we're just making an equivalent fraction. So we get 6 and 6/10 equals 6.6. Again, I encourage you to fire these into your calculator just to make sure we're getting the right answer. Okay, so let's move on and let's convert these decimals back into fractions. Here we only have a value in our tenths column, so we can write this as 9/10. Again, we're just going to move the decimal place over 1, and then because we're doing that we had to divide by 10, or multiply by 10. Here we need to move the decimal place 1, 2, but we have a whole number to deal with, so we'll write that in first. Now we're going to tackle this decimal. It's going to move 2 places, so we're going to get 2/100, or 6 1/50. Again, here we're going to write our whole number first, 17. We're going to move 1, 2, 3 places, so 146/1000, because we're in the tenths, hundredths, thousandths here. Another little trick you can use is we move the decimal places 3 spots, so our denominator is going to have 3 zeros. Okay, and you can see that in this example we're moving 1, 2, 3, 4 places, so we write 7, and then we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros, so that's the 10,000ths column right there. Okay, so that's just a little converting fractions to decimals and then decimals back to fractions. If you have any questions on this material, I encourage you to come to the SAL Center located in room 204 of the Student Services Building and make an appointment with the appropriate learning skills advisor. Thanks for watching.